I've just watched the debate, the first debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and I wanted to get this said before I watched any of the pundits of anybody having responses about it, and tell you about what I saw. And what I saw, quite succinctly, was a national disgrace. The institution of an election and the accompanying portions that include such things as a presidential debate have had no consideration of value and respect shown by Donald Trump. And that's where it comes from. I know a lot of people will say, but it didn't take long for Joe Biden to get into it. But that's the point, you see. Donald Trump is the one who had to set the tone. Donald Trump is the one who's president. Donald Trump is the one who is going to be looked at for the way that he responds just because of his history. And as soon as Donald Trump started in, he could not control himself. He showed himself to be without any control, without consideration for himself. Even Chris Wallace, I couldn't believe that he turned around and he disparaged Chris Wallace from Fox, his favorite news channel, and still turned around and went against him as well. Just lumped him in with all the fake news, blah, 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 all of that kind of thing. And you look then, many times through that debate, frankly, I was rooting for Joe Biden to say more. Chris Wallace, I think when there's a review of this debate, and you look at time, Chris Wallace many, many times gave Donald Trump the ability to just keep on talking, to keep on saying things, to have to commenced an interruption and not made him stop it, that then just completely ruined Joe Biden being able to just have a time where he said his piece and got done with it. And it was shown that Joe Biden could say his piece and get done with it. I mean, he did that many, many times. But what you had with Donald Trump, who just could not resist. I mean, the fact that he can't see anything but attack was just unbelievable. People are looking for much more than just somebody who just tears everyone else down, says how terrible they all are, and never does anything else. That's perhaps you'd say, well, they did in the last election. Well, to an extent, yes. But at the same time, you have an election that at that time was based on a lot of other things, including, as we've come to find out, the Russian thing, all of the stealing of the information and all these kind of things. But beyond that, let's look just at the points of how that in the last election and the way that he was speaking and the way that he acted in those debates, at least there was some measure of reserve that he had. But this was full bore, full go the whole time. I mean, the man must be exhausted. He must have to just, maybe he may already be asleep in the car. Because I tell you, that is just How can you go on and on and on like that? Plus the fact, here's both of them standing up for all of that time, which I think is just ridiculous. But of course, I'm sitting here with bad legs and feet and all of that, so certainly for me it would be horrendous. But men of this age to have to stand for that long, I'm sorry, I don't care how much you talk about it, it's inappropriate to expect them to do that. So I just am truly, truly astonished at how this whole thing was handled. I think it's totally, totally incorrectly done. I don't think that it should have been allowed to do anything like that. Um, you know, this should never